Good day, beautiful people. Hope all is well. Just wanted to do a quick video to show you a technique that we use to not only teach a dog leash etiquette, but also teach a dog engagement, as well as some basic obedience, right? So you got like what I call compound training going on, which I love to do because it's just much more efficient, right? Now, sometimes I will do single Larry training, I guess you would call it, right? Where I only focus on teaching a dog to sit. I only focus on teaching a dog to lay. But sometimes I will layer the training because it just, it saves time, right? Depending on the dog. So basically what we're working on is a concept. I've never seen anybody do this, right? So I'm going to say I'm the person that came up with this concept. I'm sure other people have done it before. I've just never seen nobody do it, right? So I have my guy Dallas down here, right? He has a retractable leash in his hand that's also connected to Menace's slip lead. And then obviously I have a retractable leash, right? Which is connected to the same slip lead. And basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through our routine, which you guys will see. So I'm also going to be teaching Dallas the routine and the intricacies of training a dog. So I just kind of wanted to take you guys through this so you can see it and hear it for yourself and maybe use it for your own dogs, right? So stay tuned. All right, so make sure, right, that we're gonna actually start closer together. That way it gives you more room to back up. So that way you get his engagement. What you're looking for as he turns around, as you do that correction, right? Or you call his name. Now remember, he's still learning his name, right? So you always want to, when you're teaching a dog something, you always want to do the least to get the most. And basically what that means is you start with the lowest level of stimulus, right? To see if you get a response. As opposed to most people, they go to the highest level, and then if the dog doesn't respond to that, they have nothing else to go to, right? So I always start at 1. That way, if I get a response from 1, then I always have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I need to use it. But if I got the result at 1, then I don't have to go there. You see what I mean? So I have more bullets in my chamber, right? So the first thing, call his name to see if he gives you that. If he doesn't, then you give him the correction on the leash. But here's the thing. If you give that correction on the leash, you say his name as well, right? Because what you're doing, you're conditioning his brain to redirect to you when you say his name, right? That's actually, it's a negative reinforcer with a positive undertone, right? Because we're not necessarily punishing the dog, or we're not correcting the dog for doing something wrong because he doesn't know that he's doing it wrong, right? A correction is only when the dog is doing something that we know that he knows is wrong. So now what we're really doing, we're using the same concept of correcting a dog, which is that physical tap, but we're using it now to teach the dog, right? So it's the same technique. It's just the reason why we're using it is different, right? But later on, we can take that same technique and say, hey, I know you know your name. Come here. You see what I'm saying? So then we can use it as a correction. But right now we're using it as a teaching tool, right? So I'm going to start by calling him towards me, right? Bringing him in, bringing him into that place, right? Hold it. I want him to hold it here for about 5 seconds. Then you call him and do the same thing, right? So let's do it. Menace. Yes, come. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Place. Come. So here you're gonna have to grab his slip lead because of the 2 leashes. Yes, good boy.
Boy, that's a good boy. That's a good boy, man.
Yes. So now we're gonna have him hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Menace, come. Good.
Back up. As soon as he gets, now bring it forward. Yep. And hold the leash up. Say sit. And just hold it until he puts his butt on the ground. There you go. Release it. Tell him good boy. Give him a nice pat on the head. Good. Okay. All right. That's good. Just have him hold it. If he gets up, correct him. All right. Menace. Come. Right here. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Come. Yes. Good boy. Right here. Menace. Come. Yes. Good boy. Come on. Yes. Sit. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yes. That's a good boy. 1 minute. Good. There you go. Good. Now what I want you to do on the come, work on the inflection in your voice. If you notice, as deep as my voice is, right? Because what that does, that activates a low level of prey drive. Because what they hear is like that mouse. So you want those ears to perk up because that lets you know it's like, hey, what's that, right? So yeah, work on that inflection on that come because remember, we're actually teaching a recall now too, right? Inadvertently, we're teaching a recall. So the thing about the recall is we have to be more exciting than anything else that they could be distracted by, right? So if you notice, he was coming to me on the last one. He got distracted, I corrected him, right? So look out for that too, to where when he is coming and he sees something, be ready to be like, nope, keep coming to me, right? Menace, come. Yes, come. There we go. Good. So this is good. So now what I'm looking for, right? I'm gonna keep applying that pressure. Yes, good boy. That's a good boy. Come. I'm to him a little bit. Come. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Place. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Free. All right. So now just let him kind of do his thing. And the reason why we're doing that, and it's fine if he sits there, he'll figure it out. There you go, good boy. The reason why we're doing that is because a dog like him, because his food drive is so high, we don't have any high value to reel him back in. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want him to also learn that it's not always about shoving food in your mouth, right? Now, we also know he's not the smartest dog in the world, right? So with this technique, hey, nope, yes, good boy. With this technique, we have to be aware of not overcorrecting because we don't want him to shut down, right? You know he's already, is that break? Oh, I thought that was no, I thought that was stone for me. So we already know he has some slight fear, anxiety. So that's why you have to be even more animated to, keep bringing him out. You know what I mean? So we'll do it a few more times and then we'll shut it down. You can actually start since you're over here. Okay, let it go.
Come. Good boy. Place.
Oh, good. So now what I want you to do, right? On the place command, don't be so quick to grab it and pull him in, right? Yeah, because we don't, again, that opposition reflex, right? If there's very little learning that the dog is doing if we are dragging him into the position, right? So, not to say we don't use that, but the goal is to use that the least and use, I guess you could say positive, but really it's more so showing as opposed to making. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that hand is so important because along with my voice and my movement, I'm showing him, hey, come on in. You see what I'm saying? Now I might have to use the leash just to give him that little extra mile, right? So if we can do 80-20, 80 being, let me show you, right? Call it luring. There's just no food in our hand, right? That's essentially what luring is. You're showing the dog, right? The movement, and through time and repetition, it becomes muscle memory. So we're doing the same thing. There's just no food in the hand to entice the nose. You know what I'm saying? So show, and just to get that little extra, grab that leash rope right there. You see what I'm saying? Yep. All right. Minutes. Come. So now this is important, right? And all I'm doing, again, is teaching leash pressure, right? Good. And all I'm waiting for him to do is come towards me, and I'm gonna release the pressure. Good boy, yes. Come. Now I'm gonna come to him. Yes, good boy. Come. Come on. Leash pressure again. Yes, good boy. Come. Yes, come. Good boy. Come. Right here. Place. Sit. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. And that's what dog training is about. Oh, okay, I didn't do that. That's what dog training is about, right? It's about being able to adjust on the fly, not being so mechanical, right? Because the mechanics, once you learn the mechanics, that's easy, right? Because it's systematic. But where a lot of people mess up is they forget that you're dealing with a living, breathing animal that still has his own brain. What we're trying to do, we're trying to impress upon the dog that what I want you to do is more important than what you want to do. We can't force that on the dog. You can, but then you can get a dog that's limp, and you see what I'm saying? Nobody really wants that. You know what I mean? That's where yanking crank gets a bad name, right? Because you got a lot of the old school trainers that are just, come on, until they just, okay, I'll do it. And then they, the dog looking like this, right? So the technique is not a problem. It's the people that using the technique that's misusing it that's the problem, right? So my goal when I'm using a technique like this is to show people that, hey, whatever you heard about leash pressure is wrong, right? Leash pressure is probably one of the best tools. The reason why is because based on the law, you have to have your dog on a leash anyway. You see what I'm saying? So why not use the tools that oh, this is what happens, folks. Come on back in there. Go, get on in there. Yeah. Come in. There you go. So this is real-time training, folks. This is what happens. Dogs get out. This is what happens when you're dealing with dogs, right? So anyway, hopefully you guys get the point. We're gonna finish up with this guy anyway. Again, like I say in every video, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. The best way to contact me is text me, 815-351-6636. You can also send me an email, thestructuredk9academy@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment. And remember, a structured K9 is a happy K9. Until the next video, peace and prosperity.